Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. It's breakfast time, and I'm going to show you today how to make a bunch of omelets all at the same time. Mind blown, you can do 4 to 5 omelets at one time. You don't have to flip in a pan. Today, we're going to be making these omelets in half-pint jars. So without further ado, let's get started. So to get started, you're going to bring a large stock pot filled with water to a simmer, not to a boil. To gauge how much water you need in here, it's a little bit difficult because when you put the jars in, they're going to be filled with your omelet material. So I recommend pre-filling your jars just about to the neck of the jar, which is right to the ridges of the rim, with water. And that's going to displace the amount of water that's in your stock pot. So if you pre-fill your jars with water and then fill your stock pot up to the rim or to the neck of the jars, then you know how much water you need to have. So then you're going to go ahead and remove those jars once you've gauged how much water you need, and then turn your heat up about medium high so that you can bring the water just to a simmer. We do not want it at a boil. I recommend also covering the pot with a lid so that you keep the heat in while you're working to make your omelets. Now, when you're making a bunch of omelets all at one time, and every single omelet has different ingredients in it based on that person's taste, you're going to lose track of whose omelet is whose. So when you're preparing your jars, take your jar lid and a Sharpie marker and simply put something on the top of that jar that reminds you who that person's omelet is. So today I'm putting our family's initials. Like that. Now the next step that you're going to work through is you're going to have to crack all of your eggs and scramble them ahead of time. I try to do it in one big container with a pour spout so that I can pour my egg mixture into my jars that the omelets are going to be cooking in. Now remember, your omelets, a typical omelet is a 2-egg to a 3-egg omelet. And your half-pint jars might seem small, but if you were to crack your eggs straight into the jar, you can see a 2-egg omelet is only going to fill the jar about halfway. A 3-egg omelet is going to fill it about 3/4 of the way. So a good 2-egg omelet in a jar gives you plenty of room up to the ridges on the jar to fill with other ingredients that you would typically have in your omelet. So I'm going to finish cracking all of these eggs for our family, and then we're going to build our omelets. Once all of your eggs are cracked, grab a fork or a whisk and scramble them up. This is where the fun part comes in. Kids, come help! All right, the kids are here and they're on their step stools. Okay, so girls, I want each of you to go ahead and grab a jar. You can't grab the bacon yet. Grab a jar. There you go. Okay. And then go ahead and grab the lid with your initial on it. Abigail, if you can help Madeline get hers. Okay. Set that aside. And then Abigail, can you reach back and grab 2 of the rings? Perfect. All right. All right. Who wants to hand me their jar first? Woo! Okay. I got one jar here. Here's your egg. All right. And then you're going to give me yours. All right. Okay, now, what do you girls want in your omelets?
Bacon!
Bacon! All right, so go ahead and grab some bacon. Just a little pinchful, and then stick it right in your, you're going to pick that one? Okay. Are you sure?
Here's mine.
This is your jar.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are gonna switch. There we go. Okay. All right. You want some bacon for yours?
Yeah. What is this?
Bacon lover. All right. And then we've got some grilled onions. You guys want some grilled onions? Yeah. Okay. Just a little bit. Yep. There you go.
Oh,
Grab
it's
just a little.
slimy.
It's slimy. Okay.
Like
You guys want any bell pepper?
yeah.
Yum. Just take a little, Abigail. There you go. You got extra? You need to put some back? You good? No, no, no. All right. Do you guys want cheese?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give you want white and cheddar, or do you want this is Colby, or do you want just straight cheddar?
Straight.
All right. That's what I thought.
I want that one.
You want that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Abigail, you want cheddar?
Yeah.
Okay. So take your cheddar, put those in.
They're sinking.
Yep. There's your Colby. Got away. Put it in yours. All right. And go ahead and put your lid on your jar. Okay. And then Mama will help you screw down your ring. Okay. It doesn't have to be super tight, just tight enough to seal it. Go ahead and put yours on.
Do we have to shake it up?
No, we don't have to shake it up.
I want to.
All right, these are good. Mom's gonna make hers and Dad's, and then I'm gonna put them onto the stove in some water, and they'll be done in about 15 minutes. Okay, why don't you guys go watch some cartoons? Thanks for your help. Okay, now that the girls have made their omelets, I'm gonna finish the other two for our family, and then I'll meet you back over at the stove. Okay, so we are over at the stove. I am just adding in the jars to the water. You can see it's not boiling. It's just under a boil. And that's similar to a sous vide process. This will slowly cook the egg omelet and all the ingredients inside. I've used canning tongs to place my jars in, but you could use a hot pad. You could use regular tongs if you didn't have that. I'm going to put the lid on this, and I'm going to let it cook for about 15 minutes. And in 15 minutes, we'll pull these out, and our omelets will be ready to put all our toppings on. Okay, so now that my 15 minutes has passed, I'm going to open this up. I'll use my tongs to remove these from the heat, and we're going to let them cool out of this hot water for about 5 minutes. Okay, so now that these have had a chance to cool, they should be cool enough where you can remove the rings and lids pretty easily. The jar itself might still be hot, so I recommend using just a hot pad or something that you have, a dish towel, to protect your hands from the heat of the jar. You can see it's gonna steam as it opens up, and this is a perfect time to add your toppings to your omelet. So I know my girls, they love a little bit more cheese on top, a lot more cheese on top. They love sour cream. And they love avocado. So we'll give them some avocado here. Right on top. And then stick a spoon in that one, and that one's ready to serve. And then you just keep going down the line until you've got all of the ones made to everyone's liking. Yum?
taste the bacon. I really got the same thing.
So I hope you've enjoyed learning how to make multiple omelets at one time with me today. It's a very easy recipe. Use what you have around the house. If you've got leftover ham, leftover turkey, feel free to add that to your omelets. If you've got spinach or kale, feel free to add that to your omelets. Enjoy!